Hello, Good Shepherd and Saints Francis and John. I'm Father Lin Nguyen with Saints Francis and John Church. This week we prepare for the second Sunday in Ordinary Time. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. John. There was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the wedding. When the wine ran short, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, how does your concern affect me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servers, "Do whatever he tells you." Now, there were 6 stone water jars there for Jewish ceremonial washings, each holding 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus told them, "Fill the jars with water." So they filled them to the brim. Then Jesus told them, "Draw some out now and take it to the head waiter." So they took it. And when the head waiter tasted the water that had become wine, without knowing where it came from, although the servers who had drawn the water knew, the head waiter called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves good wine first, and then when people have drunk freely an inferior one. But you have kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this at the beginning of his signs at Cana in Galilee, and so revealed his glory, and his disciples began to believe in him. Friend, in his autobiography, Journal of the Soul, Pope John XXIII described his childhood poverty in terms of food. There was never any bread on the table, only polenta, and there was no wine for the children. Americans, many of whom treat wine as a luxury that only adults enjoy, often forget that wine has been a staple for millions of years. This is especially true for people in the Mediterranean, of whom Jesus was one. Wine was an important source of calories and healthy fluid. It also provided trace nutrients difficult to find elsewhere, because it is easy to produce, and in the era before refrigeration, stored in a large quantities, it would have been the most abundant thing at any celebration. To run out of wine was to run out of food. This is the context for Jesus' first miracle. His friends have run out of wine at their wedding, possibly because of their poverty, or perhaps because of their generosity, refusing to turn away any well-wisher, even though the extra guests put a strain on their supplies. Either way, the beginning of Jesus' ministry was not with a dramatic healing, but by helping friends feed their guests. In Jesus' ministry, he was interested in everyday things such as food and wine, as he was concerned with the realities of death, salvation, and eternal life. Christ may have taught us to work for peace on earth, but he also wants to be sure that lunch is also on the table. As his disciples, we must do the same, relying on Christ to do what we can to save our corner of creation while we work together as church for the salvation of all. And here is a family activity. With your family, talk about how Christ has helped you with everyday things, maybe with food, clothing, or shelter during a time when you without. Decide as a family how you can work in ways, small and large, to reveal God's kingdom within the needs of others. God bless, and see you at Mass.